All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got it. We've got it started, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a good show for you today. We're gonna be talking Dodgers. We're gonna be talking uh Yankees. We're gonna be talking Cowboys. Before we get there, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Press the post notification bell so you don't miss another one of these videos. Support us on PayPal, and let's hit that intro. I don't know why my AirPods decided to move. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We've got our main man. Well, he's the dude that we've got on the show. He hasn't been on the show for over a year because I don't know why. He's a Raiders fan. Ladies and gentlemen, back on our show since last year, we got Tyler Gilette. What up, boy?
What up? What up? What's good?
Was good, man. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna connect my fucking AirPods.
All right.
Come on. Yeah, you got it. I know they're at 100%, bitch. Connect. There we go. Tyler, it's good to have you back on the show. We're going to be talking a lot today. As I said, we're going to be talking Dodgers. We're going to be talking Yankees at first, real quick, playoffs. And then we're going to be talking about the NFL Week 12. We're going to be talking about Thanksgiving games, including the Cowboys, Giants at Cowboys, the Bills at... I don't remember who the Bills are playing. You want to look that one up?
Yeah, I'll look right now.
Yeah, and the Patriots at the Vikings. I know the Bills are playing, though. So we're going to review each and every one of those games. Tyler, when you have it, you can just cut in. Then we're going to torture Tyler.
They play the Lions.
Oh, the Lions. Oh, come on. Who do you get? We're going to go over that. The Bills and Lions. Are they trying to punish the Lions? Okay. We're going to go over that. And unfortunately, we're going to torture Tyler first. After the baseball talk, we're going to talk the Raiders. Is Derek Carr overrated? Is there mismanagement on many levels? There's going to be a lot to cover. Oscar is watching, so thank you, Oscar. Tyler has missed you. Right, Tyler?
Right, yeah.
So, hold on. Turn off Bluetooth. All right, hold on a second. We're having more technical difficulties.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Let me see real quick. See. Hate when this shit happens, man. Oh, it doesn't want to work? I hear airplanes. Tyler lives by an airbase. It is our Vegas Nellis Air Force Base. So it's not Tyler flying his Cessna 401 airplane or Cessna 500.
Yeah. They fly around all day.
Oh, man. I remember, like I said, I remember living there. Jesus. So let's get to the Dodger talk. The Dodgers and the Yankees are two teams that have both been flailing in the playoffs over the last couple years. Of course, the Yankees haven't won the World Series since 2009. I cheered for the Yankees that year because the Phillies beat my Dodgers the year before. They won the World Series. So, Tyler, I want to start with the Yankees. You guys had some of the best players in the league. You have, I think, the second or third highest payroll in the league. You have guys like Aaron Judge. You've got so many guys. What is the issue with the Yankees not making it to? They make it to the playoffs, but they get trounced. I mean, this last time they got swept by the Astros. They put up no fight whatsoever. Um, Aaron Judge only hit 2 home runs in his postseason. Had a bit of good defense. What is the underlying issue here?
Well, I've been seeing like the same trend happen each year with them. We start each season with a hot start. We go to like want to be in the hottest teams, in MLB usually every year before their All-Star break, and then we start flatlining. And then we save ourselves to make sure that we go to the playoffs, and then it just completely flatlined, just like Aaron Judge. It was the rest of the team. Nobody had his back. To put any runs or any meaningful hits together, leaving those runner on bases is just really like a flat line across the whole, lineup each and every time. It starts to like one bad fruit starts to, make the rest of the bunch just, kind of rotten as well, where we don't do anything, because I don't even know how we got to the championship series this season when, we had our backs against the wall against, a young, good Cleveland team that gets those hits each game. You have to expect those hits. So it's kind of, we just crawl our way through, and we got to make some changes. And to me, I think it's coming from, it could be management. I like Boone. He gets us to the playoffs, but sometimes it does look like it could be a management problem, in my opinion.
So I'm just eating my lunch. So let's talk about it then. You've got Aaron Judge. Who else? Who are the heavy hitters, the sluggers on your team? Judge.
Judge, Big G, Giancarlo Stanton,
Yep.
Anthony Rizzo.
Who
Um,
he went to another team, by the way.
no, Anthony Rizzo, he signed back with the Yankees. He'll
Oh,
be
he did.
rocking.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll still be a Yankee, and he's a big, lefty at bat that is crucial to, if we want to, make our ultimate goal, which is a World Series every year.
Right.
That's what every, professional athlete goes out for, is to win championships. So, we kept Rizzo, and, the big question mark is Aaron Judge, and I think that we're going to keep him. Of course, every team in the MLB wants him, but I just see him, back in pinstripes, because to me, I feel like it would mean so much more for him to win it in New York than anywhere else.
Well, to me, I hear Judge, I hear Yankees.
Right.
Period. Not that I don't want him on the Dodgers,
Right.
but
Of course.
Aaron Judge was the hottest player in the MLB with 62 home runs. Although he did not win I think Paul Goldschmidt is going to win the MVP award. But what is it that makes all these hot batters, Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, Aaron Judge, go really ice cold in the playoffs? God damn it.
Um, you know, a lot of people say that they're professional athletes and they don't feel pressure, but even though they're not showing it, everybody's feeling that pressure, especially Aaron Judge. He carries it with so much class, and he makes it seem so easy. But in the playoffs, you've seen he wasn't the same disciplined hitter that got him those 62 home runs. And of course, everybody's pitching to him differently as well. They're not giving him those pitches, but when we played against the Astros, they gave him plenty of pitches, and I felt like it was just the pressure of the moment. And that's something, I thought that this year would be a breakout year for him, because he's had playoff experience where he has, not performed up to his name. And it happened again. And all you could hope for as a fan is that he's going to do what he does in the regular season and push it into the playoffs. Keep his strike zone, and not swinging at those low and away pitches that they're going to try to get him with over and over.
Well, and one of the pitches he did well against was a cutter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's not a lot of pitches that Aaron Judge doesn't do good with. He hit 60 home runs. So he hits home runs. He hits dingers. He could hit base knocks. But I feel like as somebody that was watching it, I've seen a lot more aggressive first pitch swings, and I didn't see that during the regular season. It was a lot more discipline, letting him feel the at bat, and then coming out, a little bit more aggressive. But I feel like that did change drastically once the playoffs did start.
Right. So it's not the is it the play? So if it's not the players, if it's management, is it that they're not screaming at them, going, "What the fuck are we doing? Get your asses up! We need to win this. Let's do this." Is
No,
that what the management is not doing? Is it the
I would
owners?
say management to me, it's more of in today's baseball, everything is going off of analytics, and everybody tries to get their best um, moment according to what the computer and science is saying. And I felt like Boom did make a lot of mistakes when it came to the rotation matter, where he should have left somebody a little bit longer. But that's always, a question mark. But I feel like over there at the Yankees, they rely on the analytics a little bit too much. Even Derek Jeter spoke about it. He doesn't really speak about the Yankees too much, but he even said that he thinks that we're relying on the analytics a little bit too much. I just feel like you got to have like that old school management, like it works for Dusty Baker. Those
Yeah.
those older managers that play with like the old school baseball, aspect, instead of just relying on like, oh, we got to take this pitcher out, even though he just got two batters out in three pitches, whatever it is, we're going to take him out and switch him for another thing because the computer says that we have a pitcher that's going to have a better, that's just too much to me. I feel like we should just play baseball.
I think you have the same problem with the Dodgers do. Let's switch gears to the Dodgers real quick because you don't have much time.
Yes.
The Dodgers are overrated to me in a way because, yeah, they're my team, but you have the highest payroll in the goddamn league. You
Right.
have sluggers you have Mookie Betts, Trea Turner, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Gavin Lux, Austin Barnes, Max Muncy, if you can, Justin Turner, you name it, we got it. And yet,
Yeah.
most of those players did absolute shit. They didn't do jack shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Trea Turner did pretty good. He had a couple dingers. Freddie Freeman did pretty well. He did all right. It was under par from what he would do with the Braves, but again, I think he's still getting used to the Dodgers. The problem
Right.
is, again, Andrew Friedman is relying too much on analytics. Now, that's his job. He's a nerd. He's in analytics. That's why he's the president of baseball operations. But speaking of the pitches, like in Game 4, you have Tyler Anderson pitching his ass off. He's the best pitcher. He was the best pitcher, and yet they let him go. By the way, to the Angels. He was the best pitcher for the Dodgers in the playoffs, and they decided he was cruising. Yeah, he allowed a couple base hits. He was cruising, but they're like, well, the analytics say not to let him pitch at Machado,
Right.
at Manny Machado a third time. Don't let him go 3 times through the lineup. Dave Roberts comes out on the mound, takes him out instead of putting in Fireman Phillips to Evan Phillips to take out the side and strike out the side. You get him throwing balls, and you get him throwing a slider and getting into that, getting out of the strike zone more, and it's absolute terror. Then you get Yancy Almonte, and it goes even worse. They let them tie, and then they let the Padres take the lead. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen. And
Right.
for the Dodgers, now, in my opinion, as a Dodger fan, one, it is the players.
Always is.
It always is. And 2, it is the management, and 3, it's the owners. Number
Right.
1 is the players. How are you, Mookie Betts? One of the best in the National League, one of the best in baseball, $365 million contract, 13-year contract. You've
Right.
done 3 years already, so you've got 10 years left of that contract, which is
Exactly.
crazy.
Yep.
How are you the best player in baseball and you don't do jack shit?
Yeah, just like the Yankees, like you said, like they flatlined, and before the season even started, at the minimum, the Dodgers needed to at least like make it to the World Series at the least.
At least.
At the least, like to be the favorites that they were, they had to at least make the World Series to make it not seem like we suck, Like you had to make that World Series to be able to be like, okay, we played our hearts out, but to go out to the Padres the way that it did, and all the Dodger fans making fun of the Padre fans, and to flatline like that just makes it almost embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, and
Yeah.
it makes the Dodgers frauds. It does, because you every year, oh my god, the Dodgers, oh my god, it's like the Yankees. What did I hear? The Dodgers, all the broadcasters would do was look at the Yankees. Oh my god, look at the Yankees. Oh my god, Dodgers
Yeah.
and Yankees.
That's what the sports world wanted that,
The
man. I know
sports
I
world
wanted
wanted
that
that, but
thing.
then, do you think that getting rid of Joey Gallo and sending him to the Dodgers was a curse?
You know, no matter what happens, there's gonna be some sort of talk like that. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. When they say that, it happened that way. We got rid of him, and it went down for us. But I don't think that had anything to do with Joey Gallo, because we got rid of Joey Gallo for a reason. Aaron Judge had 62 hits. I think 62 home runs, and Joey Gallo ended up with like 58 hits in the whole year. So there's no curse for that.
Okay, so you're saying that let's say Joey Gallo stayed, which he would have been unhappy. Yankees would have still been flailing. They would have been
I still think
flatlining.
I still think August would have been as rough as it was, because we would have gave Joey a couple of at bats here and there. It would have been either him or Aaron Hicks that were giving these at bats to, and Aaron
Mhm.
Hicks didn't do anything for us. So I feel like Joey Gallo would have not done anything as well. And I love Joey Gallo. He was a great Yankee to be like a Yankee, but he didn't play like himself. So
Right, because he was with the Astros,
no, he played with the Rangers
the
before, I believe.
Rangers. That's right,
Yeah.
the Texas Rangers, and he was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he has pop, and that in his bat he has a lot of pop.
He does. Now he came to the Dodgers, and this is what I told you on the phone last weekend. Um, I don't think the Yankees did enough to work with him. How is it that he comes to the Dodgers and he works with their development staff, and all of a sudden he's hitting home runs for the Dodgers like there's no tomorrow?
Because like I said, he has pop. Like, there's so much pressure that people don't understand. You either love to play in New York, or it's like the biggest burden. And you either perform in New York or you don't. And I feel like once you have the fans that are booing you, it could drag you down. And I feel like it really did get to Joey Gallo, because I was looking at interviews and stuff. Once he was going to LA, he was excited to just be able to walk around the city and stuff like that, because he said back in New York he would just be going to his apartment into the stadium to his apartment in the stadium, because he didn't want to be getting trolled and have the Yankee fans booing at him and all that kind of stuff, because in New York it's a whole different beast out there.
It is. Right.
It's completely different. So that's why I feel like once he got to go out to LA and just play baseball, and he started hitting some home runs and stuff like that, you get to be a little bit more comfortable and just focus on what matters.
Right. And so I wonder why they didn't boo Aaron Hicks and Aaron Judge, and well, not
Oh,
Aaron Judge, but the
they
rest of
booed
your team.
Aaron Hicks a lot. It's crazy in New York. Even I seen they were complaining by the last game, by game 4. Aaron Judge was getting booed. I forgot what. Not even that. I think it was game 3. Whatever the last game in the ALCS in New York, they were booing Aaron Judge, and a lot of people didn't like that, because the season that he did give to us as Yankee fans. But in New York, they just want success. We don't want to go to the World Series. We want to win World Series.
Yeah, and that's the same attitude in LA. So I think
Yeah.
maybe the Yankees fans and the difference is the Dodger fans are too nice. Let's look at one more topic. Good player, Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger. Justin Turner declined they declined his offer. Trea
Yeah.
Turner declined their offer. So, do you think that Justin Turner would be offered another contract with the Dodgers, or do you think some other team might offer him, or is he done? Is this it? Is this it?
I mean, just because of what he's done for LA, I feel like he might be in there. Obviously not. I don't think it's going to be for the same amount or anything like that.
Right.
But I could see other teams wanting to grab him too. So it could be up to him as well if he wants to stay put there for some less money, or another team might want to take that chance because they believe in that talent. So
Right, because
I
he
don't
is
think he's gonna.
38.
Yeah, he's 38, but I feel like they'll still take a year or something. But I feel like he still loves baseball. So if he wants to play, I
Yeah.
think he'll have the opportunity.
Yeah, because I mean, he does great in the second half of the season. First half, he's all right, hits 5 dingers, and then kind of goes down, plays off a little bit, and then goes back up. Cody Bellinger has been non-tendered. So has Edwin Rios and Luke Williams. Edwin Rios, I love Rios. You know, he's when he's healthy, he's great.
Right.
Um, I've just always seen him as a Dodger. So Cody, but I think the Dodgers are going to give him up this year. I think he'll be on another team. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Most likely.
And what about Cody Bellinger? The Cody Bellinger is a tough one because A, he has 2 more years of team control, but they non-tendered him. Can you explain
Right.
to the world what non-tendering is in baseball?
Well, that's just pretty much when they just in because I know like in baseball terms and everything like that, but it pretty much means like they don't believe in you pretty much, like in what they already because he did have a contract, right? That's why they non-tendered him.
That's right, and they he had 2 more years of team control.
Oh, okay. And how
So
much was his contract? Do you know that?
it was $17 million because he went to arbitration in last season, and then they gave him a $17 million year. So that's why this year they non-tendered him, and now he's a free agent.
Oh, okay. Wow. And how long was he hurt this year? Because I mean I really haven't heard about him in a while.
He wasn't really hurt like he was 2 seasons ago. Now it's crazy to say that. In 2021, however, his swing was. He had a few key moments. I have one where he hit that grand slam against the San Francisco Giants. He had a grand slam, and he had some dingers, and he was great at defense in center field. Um, but he unlike Max Muncy said, "What's wrong with my swing?" and then he fixed it.
Right.
Cody Bellinger just kept his swing like this, parallel to the ground, knees apart, and not really doing anything else with his swing.
So they just
Which
said no. They just told him no contract, go be a free agent then, huh?
right. So do you think that because he really did, he was just striking out most of the postseason. He didn't do anything. And they
Yeah.
said, we got to put
And
him on
how
the roster because we know, I think one of the biggest problems the Dodgers had was, oh, we got to put CT3 in because even though he was injured all year, oh, because he's shown up for the playoffs. Yeah, he's great in it's Ox Taylor. Then, oh, we got to put Cody Bellinger in. It's Belltober.
and how old is he now?
He's in his 20s, like
He's,
late
yes,
20s.
because we got Matt Carpenter, and he
Yeah.
in his career it was looking almost downhill, and he went and worked on his swing and put in that work, and he came back scorching hot. So,
But the thing is,
Cody
Bellinger
Bellinger,
didn't.
if he works on his craft, he could still be an efficient player to me. There's
So
a
do
you
you
know it's hard to be a professional baseball player, and he was a great professional baseball
absolutely
player.
in 2019, yeah, and in the playoffs in 2020 when he hit that grand slam, or not
Yeah,
that grand slam, that walk off home run against
right.
the Braves in Game
He just needs,
Seven,
and he can make the Dodgers regret, that he could go put in the work and make them regret that, and
possibly.
it happened. It does happen.
So do you think he'll be on another team, or do you
I
think he
believe
goes
so.
back to the
I
Dodgers?
think he would, because the Dodgers probably did see enough, that they didn't give him that contract for the upcoming season. So most likely he's going to have to be somewhere else on a much less contract than he's feels like he deserves. But he's going to have to, go out there and play baseball.
Right. Now the Dodgers are also thinking Xander Bogart.
I think he's going to
I
stay
I do
Red
too.
Sox. That'd be a good pickup.
It'd be a good pickup. I could see him in the Dodger lineup. I think he'd be good. However, my thing with the Dodgers and the Yankees is, do good players keep on going to teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees who have great regular seasons? I mean, 111 games is a great record, but they have terrible postseasons.
To
It,
me, I think that it's been happening, and I feel like it's going to continue to happen in sports until there's another, another league out there that another I don't know the words I'm looking for right now, but another franchise out there that is gonna have such a huge name like the Yankees and the Dodgers. Even though the Astros are, such a dominant franchise right now, who cares about the Astros? All their fans just recently discovered them since they, started winning World Series and stuff. So when you look at the Yankees and the Dodgers that are, dynasties and stuff like that, you're gonna want to go to those teams and raise those banners and put numbers up on those teams. It just means so much more. Even the sports athletes, they talk about it, how much it means to win there in LA, how much it means to win in New York. It's just different than winning in whatever in Texas, in
Well,
Seattle, whatever. It would be big for Seattle right now if they won, actually.
they did. Well, the Seattle got beat by the Astros
And
because
they
they
had a
put
chance.
Jordan, whatever his name was. And look, the Seattle is too new at the playoffs.
Yeah.
They need a couple more stints at the playoffs before they're really considered
Yeah.
serious contenders.
And I know that you
Um,
said we're going to talk in football, but before we get over there, I do want to say that in the AL next season, you're going to have to really watch out for the Angels. I think that they're going to be good next year.
you think so?
I think that yeah, everybody's focused on the other teams out there in California, but I think that the Angels are going to be good, man. I think they're going to be nice. I really do.
I mean, the Angels are like a shitty house with a Bugatti in the driveway because
Yeah,
you got players like Mike fucking Trout,
yeah, the one and only.
Shohei Ohtani,
Yeah.
and I feel like if they're not good this coming season, if you think that they're gonna be better, if they're not, don't you think that players like Mike Trout, Tyler Anderson, Shohei Ohtani would be wasting their time?
Well, they already did waste pretty much Mike Trout's whole career, so they've already done that. And Shohei Ohtani, I feel like this will be his last season with them, maybe regardless. So I just think that they're going to be good. I mean, because this last season they started off real nice and then they went on that like 10-game lose streak and completely fell apart from there. Um, but I feel like they got some chances over there. I see some moves are going to be made, and the pitching was not horrible there. I see they got a third baseman now, Gio Urshela. He's a good pickup for them.
True. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the Angels. I think that'll be a surprise. Um, you think St. Louis will do a little better next year?
I honestly don't see any better. I don't think that they would honestly do better. They had a little run this year, whatever they did, but I don't see them
Yeah.
honestly getting better. They lose
Uh,
Yadier Molina,
yeah.
so
Imagine that. Well, and the Dodgers lost Buster Posey, so
mm,
and that went horribly wrong.
yeah,
And I'm trying to. There's another team. The Nats. The Nats are in a complete rebuild. The
yes,
Lerners messed. They fucked up the Nats.
yeah.
They really messed it up because
Contract, they were already pretty much in rebuild mode from there.
right. But if you think about it, after 2019, what did they do after 2019? They got rid of key players. Arenado.
Yeah,
Um, they got rid of Scherzer, Turner, um, Soto, Bell.
yeah,
Right, like just a bunch of players that
yeah. They just won that World Series, and they're like, okay, we're good.
right, which is so now the owners, the new owners, because the learners sold the team, so now it's a new ownership.
Right.
They're now getting a team that's like we had the best players in the fucking league, and now they're gone.
Yeah, it
What do
doesn't
you do?
put together a World Series winning team, which, that's what the whole point of playing 162 games a season is. It just seems like they're have a professional team out there that's just going to play baseball, but not really play competitively.
Yeah, they won like what 58 games all year or something like that, or a little bit more. Because I remember the Dodgers had won 58 games in like a couple months or whatever, and Joe Davis said, "Well, the Nats have won 58 games all year."
Yeah.
So now Oscar's being a slowpoke, um, because he's Oscar, and he um, is uploading his World Cup recap video. Um,
Oh, okay. You didn't tune into the World Cup?
I was haven't been able to watch it because again I don't have cable, so I'm trying to figure out how to watch it. I think Peacock might have it or Paramount. So I gotta find it, but I
Yeah.
definitely missed the England and Iran game. What was that?
Oh, okay. I said they got some streaming services that you could look up.
Yeah, I gotta look it up because I definitely want to watch it. Um,
Yeah.
Argentina's playing
Today's game
tomorrow.
we should have won today. We ended up with the draw, but we definitely should have won.
Yeah, I mean Oscar was telling me that. I mean, how do you lose against Wales though?
They have Bill. He played with Cristiano
Gareth
Ronaldo
Bale
and was one of the most expensive players at one time. He did it for them today.
at
He put
one
them,
time.
he got a penalty kick and he made it and he tied it up in the second half. But we looked strong out there. Like I was proud of our boys out there until they made that mistake. And then we didn't after we scored a goal, we didn't play like how we were playing before that. But
Mhm.
I was proud.
Well, one thing that Oscar wants to do is watch the Argentina game tomorrow to see if Lionel Messi is washed in his terms. You think Messi's
Never,
washed?
bro.
You don't think
You
so?
cannot sleep. I don't think so. I really favorite team to win this thing. And I feel like Messi's gonna go out there and
What was that? Oh, okay.
he's trying he's trying to put that up, bro. He's trying to have that World Cup under his belt to solidify him being the GOAT. He could do it.
Who do you? My family and I love Cristiano Ronaldo a lot better.
Yeah. He's more of the people's favorite. He's like a superstar, you know, like the way he carries himself and he makes those flashy things. Messi was born for this. He was born to be a soccer player. That's how I see it.
Right. I don't know.
I love both of them though. I'm not the hugest soccer fan, but as a sports fan, I can still appreciate them and what they've done for the game of soccer, you know?
Oh, sure. I mean, crazy how everyone just either likes Messi or likes Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Vinicius Jr.
Well,
Um, yeah, now I know Oscar's not here yet because he's slow. What do you think of? I don't know if you follow soccer that heavy, but Kylian Mbappe going to PSG, they offered him all that money, but he's unhappy, and now he wants out.
you know, when they're like a superstar like that and he's such a big name, I feel like he just wants to play wherever he wants to play and he wants to kind of have like a almost like
Control.
a little privilege to bounce around and wherever he feels like he wants to go, then he could do it just because he's good, you know?
Right. Oscar considers him a brat because
Yeah, he has like that
Madrid,
diva mentality.
well, Real Madrid would have offered him kind of the same thing he's getting in PSG, but better.
Right.
And he decided, no, I wanted the money.
Yeah.
So he went with PSG.
And now he's on.
And PSG hasn't really been doing anything from what
Yeah.
I've, you know. So I I honestly haven't covered the Dodgers on my channel in a while. Going back to baseball. On purpose because I'm
After
just
that debacle,
huh?
after that debacle happened
Yeah,
in the ALDS, or I mean, sorry, the
NLDS. Yeah.
NLDS.
After that I've just been kind of I've stayed away.
Mm.
I've just stayed away and I've not been happy.
Yeah.
Um but I got to start covering them because of all the Cody Bellinger and the Justin Turners and the Luke Williams and the
A lot of free agents is going to be happening. We're gonna I hope that Aaron Judge just signs and then we can start piecing up some other stuff. Because we've already made moves that I kind of didn't like, but it is what it is. I'm not.
Well, he turned down that $218 million contract or whatever it was for 6 years, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, yeah, he bet
So
on it.
is he playing a game with them? Is he saying, "I'm Aaron freaking Judge. I'm awesome. You need me. You better pay me more"? Or what is he? Or is he gonna go and say, "Hey, the Dodgers, the Giants, the Phillies, look, they're offering me X amount."
Well, he knows what he's capable of, and he already hit 50 home runs in a season. You know, um, so what he did was, he just bet on himself, and he was the best player in baseball. So he just told them, if you guys want me, you're gonna have to put those numbers. But now it's not just about numbers wise. It's really Aaron Judge could play in any uniform that he wants, pretty much, if they have the money. Um,
Which, if you look at the teams that have the capital, you have the Dodgers, the Yankees, the
right.
Giants.
Giants, yeah. The Giants could be, I feel like that's a lot of people just look
The
at the
Astros have the money.
is a very convenient spot for Aaron Judge to land at.
Yeah, but the Giants ain't going to the playoffs soon. Last season, that 2 seasons ago, with when Chris Bryant, before Cody Bellinger joined the Giants, that was a fluke.
Yeah, and exactly that's why I know that Aaron Judge loves being a Yankee. He's talked about it. It means so much to be. He could be our next captain if we sign him for that almost whatever. He could be the first $50 million a year player or whatever it's going to be. We're going to have to make him our captain, and our last captain was Derek Jeter. So it's such a big moment if he does stay a Yankee.
Well, Derek Jeter won what? One title?
No, Derek Jeter won I think either 3 to 4.
Well, when did they go to the World Series? 2009.
They went to the World Series in 2009. I know that he won the World Series MVP in 2000. We won in 1998. I think that might have been like his first World Series.
Yeah, but you lost in 2000 though.
No, we won in 2000.
Oh, you won in 2000.
Yes.
Okay. Didn't the Angels win in 2000? No.
I think
Mariners
they
won.
2001 or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, look, a 5-time World Series champion with the Yankees, Jeter. 5-time.
What years?
Uh,
98.
Let me take a look right now. I'll tell you. 1996. Hold on. Pulled up the wrong. Yeah, I know he won in 1996 because I do have that one as well. Hold on, let me see.
What's up, Jason?
What's up? What's up?
Traders fan?
We're going to get there. Wait, so 96, 98, 2000, 2009.
Hold on, bro. I'll tell you the years right now. If it wants to load. 1996, 1998, 1999, 2000, and 2009.
Holy shit, you guys went 6, 8, 9, and 2000? God damn, Yankees were
Bro,
on their game.
those are the glory days. That's when Derek Jeter literally came up and started being who he is, even though he's hated on.
I never hated Jeter.
Yeah, a lot of people do hate on him. They say he's overrated, which I get it, but he won World Series, so he won
I
5.
think he was overrated in the latter parts of his career and later. 09, he was definitely not overrated, in my opinion.
Oh,
09, I think he helped the Yankees massively to get there. But from 2010 to when did he retire? 2017 or whatever.
no, he retired all the way like in 2014.
Something like that. Yeah. From all then and there, yeah, I think he was a little overrated. But I mean, he won 5. It's the same as Kobe.
Yeah, he won 5.
So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've been invaded, unfortunately, by a Commanders fan. Who the hell likes the Commanders? Anyway, we've got a lot to discuss. We got to get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Oscar Montiel is on the show. What up, Oscar?
What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? We got Tyler here. We got Oscar. Duncan ditched us. Marvin ditched us. Aaron ditched us. So all those guys, whatever. I hope they
I
have a
mean,
bad
you
season.
didn't tell me to let Aaron know. Granted, I don't know if he's working today right now.
Yeah,
Since
he's
he,
probably working. But that's why I
yeah.
say he ditched us. Anyway, we are going to get started by torturing Tyler. Or actually, let's get the important things out of the way before we torture Tyler. So, we got 3 Thanksgiving games coming up. Let's talk Giants at Cowboys first. All right, I'm going to say my piece as the Cowboys resident Cowboys fan. Listen, the Cowboys played an absolute bomb of a game yesterday. 40-3 win over the Minnesota Vikings. They were 8-1. They were tied for 8th in the NFL. They went to their NFL points percentage is now at a negative. So, good game, but it is tradition for the Cowboys to lose Thanksgiving games. Oscar, you think the the Cowboys will win over the Giants? Give me your pre-game summary of why you think so.
Dallas a better team. Short and simple.
You think? Well,
Dallas is a better team, dude.
the defense is the defense. Aside from last weekend against
Dude,
Aaron
but
freaking Rodgers.
like Daniel Jones, if it wasn't for his running mobility, the Giants would not be 7-2. If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, they wouldn't be 7-2. Because those wide receivers that the Giants have, I don't care if the Cowboys have scrubs on as wide receivers. Those wide receivers are actually doing something for Dak Prescott. The receivers for the Giants aren't doing jack shit. It's all the offense runs through Daniel Jones running and Saquon Barkley running the ball.
So right, because the receivers do drop a lot of touchdown passes. I have seen that. They absolutely do. And one of them has butter hands, by the way. Tyler, I mean, are you kind of in agreement with Oscar here, or do you take it a different way?
I got the Giants all day, baby.
Giants? You're a Giants fan?
Nah, you already know who I'm going for in football, but anybody that's playing the Cowboys, I'm a fan of.
Oh God, got
And
it, got it.
and the winner gets OBJ, so let's go Giants.
You, so we'll get to OBJ in a second. So why do you think the Giants? So look at it as an unbiased. You know, if you were just a guy that, like, let's say you were a fan of the Chiefs, right? So
Right.
you really have really, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, you already said it, just like years of the past, the Cowboys find a way to lose on Thanksgiving. Danny Dimes, man, he gonna go off. He gonna have like 100 yards in the rushing.
Okay,
Same.
I will not dispute that. That could happen.
so he'll have 100 yards rushing, but if his receivers can't help him, if his offensive line can't protect him against
Then
DeMarcus
Saquon,
Lawrence,
after Danny Dimes runs around, then Saquon will run a little bit. The Cowboys are solid. I can't even say too much about the Cowboys. Their defense has been crazy. Micah Parsons is a monster, and he's gonna have a monster game. But like I said, if Danny Dimes does enough, they've won some games that they're not supposed to already this season with their
That's
record.
right.
So when you line up and it's 0-0, crazy things happen.
So okay, right, but if it's just Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, how are the Giants? What's the game plan? What do they need to do to beat Dallas? If it's just those two, and the wide receivers ain't doing anything, their defense is eh.
Yeah, well,
their defense is. Oh, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
Yeah, they made some stops. They've been quite impressive. Better than I thought. When you think about the Giants coming, you're like, whatever, just another horrible football to watch. They have their moments, and they're gonna have to. These wide receivers are wide receivers for a reason, so they're gonna have to figure out how to catch some passes out there. And if the Cowboys already know what's coming, and it's gonna be Saquon and Danny Dimes, these receivers are gonna have to wake up. Otherwise, they're gonna have no chance, whatsoever.
Right, because I mean, if you get Micah, you get Sam Williams, our new guy, you get DeMarcus Lawrence, Oso Digizua, you get I'm missing a lot of people.
Right.
You get all those guys, to get to Daniel Jones, and if Daniel Jones they get quarterback hits on him, they get some strip sacks on him,
And Daniel Jones is injury prone, so
and he's injury prone, and they can take down Saquon Barkley, and they can break up plays, by the way, and they can hold teams to just field goals. Their highest points allowed was against the Packers.
Okay. And that's the Cowboys, you're saying? The highest.
That's right.
The best team to score points against them was the Packers.
In the Giants defense, talking about the Packers, the Giants defense took down those Packers, and their defense did pull up. So they play some good defense. We don't have to worry about Zeke. If we hold Tony Pollard down, hold some players down, they could have a chance. I don't see
the defense.
I feel like what's going to happen this game is what happened in the Monday night game, where it's close for most of the game, but the Giants, because they don't have enough talent,
right?
They're going to allow the Cowboys probably like maybe mid to late fourth quarter get that field goal or touchdown to make it a 2-possession game, and it's going to be already too late for the Giants, because in that Monday night game it was 23-16 the final score,
right?
But the Giants let it get away when they allowed the Cowboys to score 17 unanswered.
Yeah,
right.
Because they were leading that game 13-6, but because their offense runs through just Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, if they had any, because Kenny Golladay has disappeared completely.
Oh yeah,
they got rid of Kadarius Toney. They let go. Sterling Shepard is hurt. Rondell Robinson is hurt. I just got a notification that he's done for the year. Giants have nothing else. Like it's gonna run through Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, it's gonna have to. Yeah, I agree with that. If I can see it being close, but if they start having those 3 and outs and punting the ball, the Cowboys will run away with it.
Yeah, especially Tony Pollard just had himself a game, 2 scores, scored a 68-yarder.
Yeah, but what I like about Dallas is their 1-2 punch. Because Tony Pollard, everyone likes Tony Pollard over Zeke, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's saying, well, why don't you give the ball more to Tony Pollard? The problem is that Tony Pollard, I guess the offense just wants to, he's okay with the 30 plays because apparently he gets exhausted after long runs and stuff. So
yeah,
Zeke, he can be your bruiser, but the offense runs through Tony Pollard. Sorry, I was getting hiccups.
Yeah, I agree with that. Where Tony does get a little tired, so I do think that that 1-2 punch, having both Zeke and him as the RBs, I think it's a good idea. It's a good combo. But what I was gonna say was I don't think that the Giants defense can get to Tony Pollard that easily. I'm not saying they can't. Absolutely, they can. They've a lot of teams have already done it.
I'll give the. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't know that it's going to be like a easy, like they're just going to walk in and take Tony Pollard down.
If you look at the previous game, that game was 3-3 or 6-6 at the end of the half.
Yeah. So
the Giants defense was doing something right. Is just that they let the offense finally come to life.
Yep.
So as long as they just got to find a blueprint of what they did last game, find a blueprint of the teams that were able to beat Dallas, see what they did, and go from there.
One thing that does hurt Dallas, and Tyler, I'm not sure if you'll agree, but one thing that destroys Dallas and really hurts them and keeps a game close.
Is playing on Thanksgiving.
It's playing on Thanksgiving. For your Commanders, it's playing good teams. Anyway,
hey, we beat the undefeated Eagles.
Let's say Eagles.
Yeah, that's true.
Something that Dallas and poor little Cooper Rush couldn't do.
Yeah, and Skip Bayless said, "Oh my God, but Cooper Rush, dude, Cooper Rush lost against the goddamn Eagles. Give me a break." Well, again, but for those 2 fumbles, Commanders would have lost that game by the Eagles. But one thing that destroys them is when you get their run game and you limit their run game. Dallas can run the ball, but if you damage their run game and their ground game, it's a Giants game. So, what Oscar? I mean, I'm full out just to end this topic before we move on to the Bills at whoever they're playing. Again, I keep forgetting. Huh?
The Lions.
The Lions. Um, I think the Giants are going to win this game. It's just the Thanksgiving Day curse. It is. Any other time, I'd probably go Cowboys. So, Bills at Lions. Are they trying to punish the Lions here, Tyler? Let me go to you first.
Well, I mean, they're always trying to punish the Lions. The Lions are the Lions. So, they're always going to receive a punishment unless it's a fluke. The Bills, I think the Bills, it's kind of a good game for the Bills because they need to have a big win. Just go ahead and feel a little bit more confident. Josh Allen is throwing so many interceptions. It's crazy.
Turnover king.
I think they need to go ahead and just feel confident in themselves. I feel like they're still recovering from the Vikings loss. But they definitely they're going to play the Lions though.
Oscar, are they just trying to punish the Lions?
I wouldn't say that, dude, because the Lions, they something's different now. The Bills, they're gonna beat the Lions, but don't put it past that the Lions, because they're scrappier with even though their wins don't show, the games that they've won and they lost show it. Their win-loss record doesn't show it, but they're actually very scrappy. So
They are.
I expect
They are very scrappy.
I expect the Lions to come out here fighting maybe first half or so, but then it's just going to be too much. Jared Goff is going to get in the way of the Lions, and they're just not going to be able to hold up against Josh Allen. If anything, this is Josh Allen's get-right game, and no, I do not count the Browns as a get-right game because the Browns kept it close throughout the game.
That's true.
For the Bills, this is a get-right game for them to make sure that they are fully recovered from that Vikings meltdown.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But so, don't you? I feel like with the Lions having the worst now, we can debate the Raiders and the Lions, but the Lions having on record the worst defense in the league. Don't you think that the Bills are just gonna get to them as easy as? Well, since it's Thanksgiving pie, I mean, they have the most points allowed by any defense.
I'm not too feared about the Lions. Well, yeah, the Lions defense is whatever, but it's that offense. I'm not, the Lions actually have really good offensive players.
They do.
At one point, in the season, they were rated the top, offense in the league. So,
Tyler.
Yeah, I agree. They have some pieces over there. Mark St. Brown. They got a good running back. They look hungry in certain games. They just don't have that enough to really just pull out the wins so that their record falls behind it. They did have that split second where they were the top scoring offense. They could put up points. They could definitely put up points. That's one thing. So they could go out there and scrap and play on Thanksgiving. I would love for it to be a good game. I'd love to have good quality football to watch on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would be, especially because it's right in the morning.
Yeah.
And over there it's an 11:30 a.m. game. It's a 9:30 here, right after the Thanksgiving Christmas Day parade. By the way, right at the end of it, last half hour. So, I go for the Bills. I think the Bills are going to win it. I think the Bills and Chiefs are going to have another go at it in the playoffs.
You think in the championship? You think in the AFC Championship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's not gonna be a blowout game. I think that's gonna be. Remember last year it was yardage. It was it's just insane. And then what was it? A minute left, and
And a whole
Patrick
bunch of
Mahomes
good
just
stuff happened.
A whole lot. Craziest minute in football.
craziest. I was texting Oscar like, dude, what the hell? And he was texting, what the hell? Oh my god. We live streamed the Raiders Chargers game, and we were talking, going, we should have live streamed the goddamn Chiefs game.
Seriously though.
That was a game. I mean, that now look, the Raiders did show up in overtime against the Chargers, but man, was that game that 1 minute, my heart rate was going, and it was not my team playing, but wow, was that a game. Let's talk Belichick's Patriots at Vikings. Kirk Cousins against either Mac Jones or another quarterback. I think if Belichick plays his cards right, I think if he doesn't try and boast his ego too much, and I think if he doesn't try and play chess when he really should be playing checkers, I think the Patriots are to win it.
Kirk Cousins chokes in prime time, so Vikings are losing this game.
Tyler, I mean, where's your thoughts here?
I could definitely see it. Like you said, Kirk Cousins. Sometimes he plays like Kirk Cousins. So especially in these kind of moments, Bill Belichick is always gonna go down as one of the greatest coaches. He puts his team in the position. So I could honestly see the Patriots taking this one somehow. I could see that.
Now, do you see the Patriots in the playoffs this year?
I'm gonna have to say no. I don't think that they will.
That's tough to say.
Um,
Especially if the way that the Jets are playing right, especially if the Jets are having bad quarterback play. I don't know. Like I want to say yes, but
I think that the who does the I have to look at the rest of their schedule, but I'm sure they play like
they play the Bills, the Dolphins.
yeah. See, those are gonna be, and I think they got to win like majority, like two out of. I forgot what it was. I was just reading about that, but for them to finish like 10-7, it'd be pretty tough for the Patriots to make that happen.
Well, they're at 6 right now.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So Thanksgiving is going to be now. Remember that game is at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be 5:20 p.m. here when everyone should start eating their turkey. Gentlemen, before we close out the Thanksgiving section of the game, what are you guys eating? What are you guys doing? What are you guys eating for Thanksgiving? Tyler, we'll start with you first.
I'm honestly not too sure. I'm sure that my girlfriend's probably going to cook a turkey or something. For sure, turkey though. I'll for sure be eating some turkey.
For sure, turkey. Do you guys go and visit people or what's?
Yeah, my grandma. I always visit. She'd probably have a bird in the oven too.
Oh yeah, always good to have 2 turkeys, man. Bring some home from everybody, you know.
From everybody.
What do you have do you like eating dessert? And if so, what's your favorite on Thanksgiving?
Honestly, I'm not really a sweets kind of person, so I don't really eat desserts. Yeah, I don't really like sugary kind of stuff, so I don't go crazy for desserts or anything like that.
Well, you like tequila? That's sugary. No, it's not. But
I love tequila.
oh man, Hornitos, best one.
I have like a big old bottle of Hornitos. I always have some.
Someone told me that Hornitos, cranberry, and Sprite is a good mixture.
It sounds bomb. I've never tried it, but
You should try it. Try Hornitos, cranberry, and Sprite.
I'll have to try that out.
But you got to try it out on Thanksgiving. Oscar, I know your family's a little complicated, so what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
As of right now, I know that turkey's on the menu. What else is on that menu? I have no clue.
A Cowboys loss, a Vikings loss, and a Lions loss.
Nice.
But is the Patriots game going to be a blowout, boys, or do you think?
I don't see.
Do you think
Mac Jones is not that? The Patriots aren't the Patriots of old, where they
right?
Unless you're the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots aren't the Patriots of old, where they blow out teams anymore. but I can see them maybe score if Kirk Cousins turns it over enough. I do see them reaching 30. It all depends on the Kirk Cousins, um, how much he chokes.
And Tyler, I mean, did Dallas give teams a blueprint this last Sunday on how to beat the Vikings?
I feel like they did just because of how that score ended.
No.
They had to switch the whole channel to put on the Steelers. So if they were watching before they switched the channel, they should have an idea of how they should play some ball.
Right, and teams get tape from. I think they get like what is it, like a tape of what happened,
Right.
as well from the companies. Which I wish we got that. But do you? I mean,
No.
no.
Okay, because here's the thing. Everyone has a blueprint on how to beat the Vikings. The blueprint is for those other teams not to let the Vikings back into the game. You see, the Cowboys, what they did was what the Bills couldn't do, what the Commanders couldn't do, what there are other teams that are escaping me. But the Eagles and the Cowboys they basically took the Vikings, slammed them down on the mat, and stepped on their neck until they passed out, so to speak.
Okay.
They did not let it go. The other teams, right. they let the Vikings come back. All the teams should have a blueprint. It's just a matter of they just got to stay on top. Keep the momentum on their side. That'll be the difference.
Right, and O-line's finding holes, O-line's being able to cover, sealing the sidelines, doing whatever they have to do, blocking. And
destroy Kirk Cousins. Don't let him throw to Justin Jefferson.
And dig Shadow Jefferson this last one. This six targets, 5 catches, or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen there? I don't know that it's going to be a blowout, but it'll be some game to watch. I can't wait. Well, we hope that everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. We're going to get to our torture segment. Tyler, your Raiders won yesterday.
All right.
We gotta be fair. They won yesterday.
Yeah.
You were down 13-10. I don't know how you let Russell Wilson, who is, by the way, Russell Wilson is speaking Seahawks lingo to his receivers. Huh?
I seen about that. He was doing like Seahawks audibles over here in Denver.
Yeah. Over here. Well, I guess you're in Denver. Yeah, they were doing he was doing signals like signs of Seahawks signs, and his wide receivers are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So the fact that it was 13-6. Now you guys won 22-16. You guys got a touchdown to score and tie it at 16. Now you got that touchdown, that walk-off touchdown from Devontae Adams. So
the second nicest thing about Vegas.
The second. The first is our casinos.
No, the first is Legion Stadium.
No. It's dressed in Raiders colors. Fuck off. All right.
Sorry.
No.
I meant Raiders. Like, second nicest thing about the Raiders.
What?
Devontae Adams is the second nicest thing for the Raiders.
Oh, for the Raiders. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I guess so. Their stadium is all right. The second nice thing is Adams. However, Tyler, Oscar, I know I'm probably gonna get copywritten, but I don't really care. I'm not being paid anyway. So, Tyler, I don't know. Your Raiders were supposed to be something. They were supposed to be this awesome team. They were supposed to be making everyone in the NFL cry, making everyone question themselves. They were supposed to be the top offense in the league. They're supposed to be the top in special teams. Their receiving core was supposed to be the best. Their defense was supposed to be at their peak, and now they're not. So I figured, why not let some others tell us some more?
Well, I would say one, Mark Davis
You guys can hear it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
saying instant gratification. Well, yeah. In this world, yes. That's why you got rid of Rich Bisaccia, who took your team to the playoffs because you wanted instant gratification to move on to the next. You didn't. This isn't the Chicago Bears.
That's right.
They didn't rip this program down to bare bones like Ryan Poles did in Chicago, where they have nothing. Meaning, you just said all those players on offense, right? They have yet to fix the back end of the defense. That was a problem under John Gruden and the Raiders. They've yet to fix that, but they went out and they spent money in different places on the defensive side of the ball. But you're still in the same position. And I only can point to one thing, and I hate to do this, but Josh McDaniels. That's the only person I can point to. Because when I look at his stint in Denver, what was the problem? Josh McDaniels. And now all of a sudden he comes over to the Raiders, and it's all hell that broke loose, and he's with the Raiders. I get it. You don't want to ever point the finger at one person, but in this situation, the buck stops with him. Okay, at the end of the day, he's aligned with the general manager, but the general manager wouldn't be there if Josh didn't want him to be there. They came over from New England in a package deal together. They made that decision. But yet and still, this team is 2-7, and I understand in this league, you lose by a touchdown. That's a big number. That is a big number. There's something needs to be done. You're supposed to lose by 3 or 4 points. Not every single time you look up by a touchdown or a little bit more. It all starts upstairs with the coaching staff for me. It really does. Well,
So I will say one thing. Now, Stephen A. Smith basically said the quote. We'll go over Mark Davis's quote, but first, I mean, I couldn't agree more with that statement. Look, I guess where I'll start is he went back. Josh McDaniels went back to the New England Patriots, as Oscar pointed out to me prior to this stream, to get more experience because his stint in Denver, nobody liked him in Denver. He just couldn't communicate with players very well in Denver. Denver sucked under him. He goes back to New England. He goes back under Patriots and Brady and Belichick and all of that, and he gets more experience, and then he comes to the Raiders. And the one thing that we are seeing with the Raiders is the fact that you have a horrid defense. You have an offense that I don't know if they're just not able to communicate. I think this guy is correct. You cannot be losing by more than 3 or 4 points. It's unbearable. Tyler, I mean, what do you take away from that video? I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. When I first heard Josh McDaniels was coming, I was not all the way excited when I had heard that news because of what had already happened in his time with a head coaching job. So, I still wanted to have high hopes and everything the way that it was built. But now looking, we have a 3-8 record now, 3-7, 3-7. I don't like him as being our head coach, but it being a Raiders fan, it kind of stinks right now for us in general because whether we don't like him or we do like him, to blow up at our head coach again just puts us in another horrible position, But I definitely agree with what he's saying, a lot of fingers should be pointed at Josh McDaniels. If he continues to have, no success, then we have no choice but to point fingers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing too is, I mean, you guys started off bad last year. You guys came back up. You guys were I think you started off okay, then you got hot. Last 5 games of the season, you guys were a playoff caliber team. I can't believe I'm about to say that. Let me drink some Coke to make myself feel better.
It's the truth. It's okay.
But you also got a ball intercepted from Derek Carr by the Bengals, and you got beat by the Bengals. The point is, you still got to the playoffs.
Right.
Your organization decided we're going to get rid of that formula
Right.
and we're going to go with Josh McDaniels, a formula that has been proven not to work. Yeah, he's an offensive coordinator guru. Why not
Yep.
put him as offensive coordinator? I could agree with that. But your team went from we have a shot now that we made the playoffs and we proved everybody wrong that we wouldn't, to go to the playoffs again and possibly go to the AFC championship, right?
Right.
And yet now you make this mistake. Oscar, let me come to you. I mean, what's your take here?
Yeah, I mean, my thing with Josh McDaniels is this: if you fire him, because I know that the Raiders fans are already calling to fire him. The problem is this, and this is what I have a problem with the Commanders as well. If people are saying, "Oh, fire Ron Rivera," because here's the thing: those two teams, they decided to focus on a coach. It's coach centric, meaning the coach runs the team. So my problem is this: if you fire Josh McDaniels because he brought in that general manager is going to be gone too. So you're going to, in essence, blow up the Raiders again.
Yeah.
That's my main, because that's the same way with the Commanders. Ron Rivera came in, he named his general manager, and if you fire Ron Rivera, all those, Washington would start from scratch all over again. That's the one problem I see with people saying the firing of Josh McDaniels. Now, you should have relooked at it, because when I saw Josh McDaniels I'm like, really? I'm like, this is going to go one of two ways. One, he's going to learn from his previous mistakes and actually be a winner this time. Or two, because I honestly thought that the AFC West would have been the division where you see all four of those teams going to the playoffs.
Right.
Lo and behold, Broncos suck, and Raiders are sad.
Yeah. It just sucks to have to agree, I mean,
it's the Cowboys too. I mean, they won yesterday, but it's like, okay, well, you're not gonna play. I mean, and I know I'm sidetracking a little bit, but as he talked about the Commanders, talk about the Cowboys. I will. I mean, the Commanders played a almost perfect game, but for a drop by Dalton Schultz when he dropped that touchdown pass, which was a really good throw by Dak, by the way, when Dak actually throws well. Anyway,
yeah.
I get mad. I have these little fits of anger. Oscar hears it every day and every week. If they can play a game like that, you're not gonna blow out a team 37 points all the time. But if you play a complete game like that and your defense doesn't allow more than 10 points at least, you're gonna win at least every football game, if not every other game.
Yeah.
And yet you don't. You go back to stupid third down screen play calls. You go in second and forever. So
my thing is this, and I don't watch as much Raider games so I don't know. What I noticed, those first 5-6 games, they're all one-score games.
Yeah.
They're that close.
Yeah.
Is it Derek Carr's fault or is it the defense?
From my perspective, I definitely say I've seen Derek Carr miss multiple passes when the game is on the line. I've seen it. It's happened. But to me, if we go out there and put up 20 points and our defense cannot hold them to shut them out or something, give us a little bit of help over here on offense if we're beating a team 20-0 and our defense can't help us out in games in a row, multiple games in a row, I feel like it's obviously the defense. That's why we're ranked 27th right now, right?
Yeah.
Something like 27
out of 32.
Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely our defense. Derek Carr, he makes the plays. You see Devontae Adams. When you have Devontae Adams on your team, it's kind of a cheat code. Well, it is a cheat code. He's going to be open at some point. Derek Carr puts up the point.
Chemistry. Derek Carr does this. Derek Carr does that. What if Derek Carr, and this is again, is he overrated or not? Which is a part of the description in this stream. If Derek Carr is that great and he is putting them passes up, where's his receiving core? Why aren't they receiving it? Why isn't the ground game doing what it needs to?
with
What
the
that passing game? You guys,
is going off. Josh Jacobs is gonna get paid. It's not gonna he's not
Yeah.
gonna a Raiders uniform next year. He's gonna get paid somewhere else. So he's been putting up his part. It's been disappointing, definitely with Waller not being on the football field. Hunter Renfro, he disappeared as well. He's injured now. We only really have Devonta Adams, and we're relying on Matt Collins, which we picked up off of out of nowhere. So I would say it's that. But when it comes to Derek Carr is overrated, I really wouldn't say that he's overrated. Just because every single time Derek Carr is really talked about, he's kind of disrespected pretty much. He does, which is kind of deserved because he hasn't,
He hasn't proven anything.
he hasn't proven anything. He's played in one playoff game, and like you said, he threw that interception. So he's not overrated or underrated. I would say he's perfectly rated. He's a quarterback, and he doesn't do anything special. He makes passes, whatever, but I don't think he's anything special, honestly.
Oscar. I mean, my question to you is: in your awesome video, my favorite video of all, you talk about Derek Carr crying, and I mean, you said he was trash. I mean, he's led the team to the playoffs twice. Okay, let's be fair. He couldn't play in one of the playoff games, but he's 0-1. Is he better than Kirk Cousins? No, he's not better than Kirk Cousins. Is he better than Dak Prescott? No, he's not better than Dak. Is he better than Joe Burrow? Is he better than maybe Josh Allen? Is he better than Patrick Mahomes? Ain't no way he's better than Patrick Mahomes. I think he's middle of the pack like Dak. Oscar, I mean, what's your take on Derek Carr? Is he overrated? Is he underrated? Is he perfectly rated?
For me, he's mid.
Yeah.
The stats are there, but unfortunately, in the world of sports, it's what have you done for me lately business.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done anything worthy of note.
Right. I don't know. Tyler, do you think that you guys could use a new quarterback here?
I mean, I see in this draft, it's probably like 100% chance that we're gonna get a quarterback, and we should. Derek Carr is past his prime, whatever the prime was, 2016 probably. So we definitely gonna have to pick up a quarterback or something. There's so much stuff that the Raiders are gonna have to touch on, but in the quarterback room, absolutely, because Derek Carr has proven to us that he's not gonna take us where we need to go, So yeah, we need a quarterback.
I mean, here's the thing. What I feel is this: it's not all Derek Carr, but it's also Josh McDaniels, because we saw what the Raiders were last year. Even when John Gruden was there, before he resigned, they were 3-2 with John Gruden. The special teams coordinator, Rich Bisaccia, with no prior head coaching experience, takes that team to a playoff game. Right. So I feel like, was Derek Carr playing lights out? I mean, he played lights out against the Chargers. Hence the reason why they got into the playoffs. Right. He played very well down the last 4 or 5 games of the season. So
right.
I feel like if the Raiders didn't jump the gun and actually would have said okay to Rich Bisaccia, Jack Del Rio was okay at best. His second year with the Raiders, the year that Derek Carr was being heavily guarded as maybe MVP,
right,
was I don't know, a flash in the pan, but we'll I don't know. Like, Derek Carr is okay. I don't think that getting a new quarterback is gonna solve all your issues as long as Josh McDaniels is there, because Josh McDaniels is also another reason.
He's just not fit for the job.
Nope.
He's just not fit for, and it's not to be mean to. I mean, it is because he's a Raiders coach, but if you sent him to the Bears, if you sent him to the Chargers, you sent him to the Vikings, you sent him to the Browns, you sent him to
It's gonna be the
the
same
Cowboys.
thing.
Huh?
It's gonna be the same thing.
It's going to be the same thing. It is. You're not going to get anything different.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to show this clip, Tyler. I'm sure you've seen this before.
Yeah.
I'm just pissed off about some of the things, that a lot of us try and do just to practice. What we put our bodies through just to sleep at night. And for that to be the result of all that effort pisses me off. Pisses a lot of guys off. It's hard knowing what some guys are doing. Like I said, just to practice what they're putting in their body just to sleep at night. Like just so we could be there for each other. And I wish everybody in that room felt the same way about this place. And as a leader, that pisses me off, if I'm being honest.
So, I mean, that's fine. Oh, you put your bodies through a lot just to sleep at night. Look, as
After
a non-athlete,
rewatching that, I'm sorry to cut you off. I think it was sending that message directly to Josh McDaniels.
possibly because Josh could be throwing them under the bus.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
he's probably saying, "Mother effer, do you not know you're Josh McDaniels?"
Yeah.
Yeah, there could be that, and that's a good theory, right? It could kind of like what Ron Rivera did to Carson Wentz. Well,
Right.
it was Wentz, and then he kind of come back. That's fine that you put your bodies through everything. As a non-athlete, I understand that you, as an NFL player, do that. But you cannot use that as an excuse when that's the field you entered. That's the career you entered. Using that as an excuse is like when Mike McCarthy said, well, it's because they had to get in the scheme. Well, that's football. So I took that as, okay, you're pissed off. Why don't you talk about your game? It's the same thing with Brady. It's the same thing with Rodgers. Carr's not talking. You know what? Look, guys, I should have thrown this pass better. I should have done this cut more. I should have done it from behind the snap. I should have done that. He's not saying any of that. I mean, it just, to me, it's him throwing everyone under the bus, protecting some guys, not criticizing himself when he should, and then I'm not.
That is true because say he is not directing it to his teammates, but directing it to the guys upstairs, like the coaches. The coaches are gonna see that, and because they have the power, they're like, oh well, this guy's crying and this guy's calling us out, he's gone.
So, 2 questions for both of you. Tyler, I'm going to come to you first. 1, is Derek Carr walking after this season? 2, if so, what is that going to hurt the Raiders? Or, I mean, Oscar said he doesn't think a new quarterback would even fix it.
Well, I don't think he's gonna walk willingly. If they force his hand, then he will, have to be an NFL quarterback somewhere else. And yeah, of course, if we get a new quarterback, it's going to be far from fixing us because we're a rookie. They have to go through so many changes and they have to learn the game. So we wouldn't, be putting up any more wins than we're doing this season. But I hope Derek Carr's in silver and black. I really do, because I feel like it'd be a whole different conversation about, is Derek Carr overrated? If the Raiders suck, if our defense was able to help us out. I really do believe in that. So
you don't think there's any issue with your offense?
Of course, there's plenty of issues. I mean, Derek Carr has underperformed, but we still have found a way to put up points every single game besides when we played the Saints. So our offense,
the fact that you left Jeff Saturday, a guy who's got the weekend in his name, a day of the weekend. The fact you let a dude who was unqualified to coach anyway beat you.
It's the NFL, man. I mean, less crazier things have happened than that.
It doesn't matter if that's the NFL. You guys are the Raiders. You
Right.
guys are here in Las Vegas.
We're
You
not
guys came here. No. You guys came here saying we're gonna be the top shit.
right.
The Raiders organization said that. Did Nevada taxpayers and other people reserving their hotels waste billions of 1.2 billion or 1.8 billion dollars building that stadium only for the Raiders? And now look, there's concerts, there's events, fine, but it's dressed in Raiders gear. So Raiders design. Did we waste money bringing this team out here? Because to me, it does seem like that. And I'm taking my biased thing out of the way.
Right.
I mean,
I don't think it was a waste or anything like that. We're blessed to have a football team. It's a hard league out here, man. It's not always winning, so I don't think it was a waste at all. The Raider fans love the Raiders, either win or lose. You know, we're gonna always. It's always a blame for the Raiders every single year. It's always pointing fingers of what's going wrong, when collectively we're not even playing like how we were playing for Rich Bisaccia. We went out there and fought for our lives every single time they stepped on the football field, every single play. And I don't see that same fight in the Raiders this year, playing under Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels doesn't even come to the after game reports or whenever they're interviewing him. He's not even in Raider gear. In our past, John Gruden loved to be a Raider. And I just don't see the fight in the Raiders. I honestly don't.
Oscar, do you think Carr could be a quarterback somewhere else? And if so, could he be effective somewhere else? Is it just that Derek Carr's here and he's stuck in this goddamn terrible, trashy, horrible, shitty organization? Sorry, Tyler, I just had to do it. And no one's helping him here. Could it be like that where Joey Gallo came to the Dodgers and all of a sudden he's doing great? So can he go somewhere and be Derek Carr, the man?
Hard question, just because I really don't know. I mean, the effort has been shown in years past,
right?
But he's up and down. I'll say that. I guess it depends on the coaching staff. If the coaching staff is good enough, then there you go.
So if he's good enough?
Yeah.
Huh.
You don't think so? You don't think he'd be a Texan?
Nope.
And be better than Davis Mills?
That is Isn't the Raiders the same team that lost to Davis Mills?
Nah, we got 3 wins. We got 3 wins. Man, I be watching these football games pissed off, man. So it's been horrible this year. I can't go anything.
Okay, I don't know. My ending thoughts on Carr are.
I honestly think that if by some miraculous way that Josh McDaniels gets fired, it's yet another regime.
Another
scheme. They keep Derek Carr, and if Derek Carr flourishes and he's back to the Derek Carr that we saw last year, it was the coaching staff.
Yeah.
So, okay, should the Raiders fire McDaniels after the season? Off season's here.
They should have fired him when they lost to the
Saints.
Jaguars, dude.
Oh, well, the Jaguars, yeah.
Yeah,
but if we're saying that, hey, we don't want to blow them up in the middle of the season, should they just stick it out, lose every other game, and then at the end of the season go, all right, Josh, pack your bags, you're out of Vegas?
I mean, depending on if they lose the rest of the games, and I don't even know, I don't have the schedule on me.
Right.
To know who they play the last 7 games. If they lose out, Josh McDaniels needs to go.
I agree. And they said that's really the only
Because he was supposed to be an offensive minded Bill Belichick.
Right.
Right. So Tyler, Oscar, and I have some memes we want to share with you.
Like cherry with big meat, the pride of a
Oh, I didn't see
control.
that.
Like
One more
cherry
time.
with big meat, the pride of a
Tyler, what do you think?
I never saw that one, so I don't even know what's going on.
I think
Tyler,
that's
you want to describe it to him?
Alvin Kamara. That's just our defense in a nutshell. You know, we got Abram in there to show you why he got released. Our defense is just crazy, you know, and I thought that it was going to be a lot better. I thought we made some moves. I mean, I see some light in it. I see Rocky Sin over there. He's playing out of his mind over there. I've liked that, but our secondary is getting beat up every time. We can't make tackles. Not trying to make tackles.
Let's be honest. If it wasn't Russell Wilson being Russell Wilson, and I honestly think that Russell Wilson is trash.
Like Baker Mayfield?
Yep. I honestly think that the Raiders are actually 1-9.
Yeah. If Russell Wilson would figure out how to score points better, and like you said, I don't know how we let him score so much. I mean, our defense just showed why they're 27th against Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's lucky to have his defense because he would be.
Oh yeah.
He would literally not even win a game if it wasn't for his defense.
I think one thing we saw was a bunch of players like Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz, Russell Wilson looking for jobs. Teams didn't want them. They were all holdouts, and for good reason. Look at all of them. Carson Wentz benched. Russell Wilson talking a foreign language in another team, in another country.
He's on the plane.
Right.
Working out on the plane when his teamworks are sleeping.
Like that's gonna make a difference. And then you got Baker Mayfield, who the Panthers just lost.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
The commonality this season.
Yeah.
All right,
But
I got another one for you.
He hit like a robbery with his contract.
He took them to the cleaners, just like Dak took Jerry Jones to the cleaners, and Dak's
They got him
not
until
playing.
like 2028. Imagine being a Broncos fan and having to watch Russell Wilson until 2028.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oof. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. They have Randy Gregory, one of the best defensive pieces of the Cowboys before, and yeah, oh God, can you imagine? Oh, that's 6 more seasons. All right, Tyler, we got one more meme to torture you with, and then it's time to torture Oscar.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to head out after this one.
All right, let's do these last 2, and then we'll let you go.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
Can I help you? Hey there, sir. Here to apply for the Raiders head coaching vacancy. We don't have a head coach vacancy. Josh McDaniels is our head coach. Very funny, sir. I don't know what this is, but get out of here. Is what you said to Josh McDaniels after Matt Ryan ran all over you? Get out of my building. Things you say to your first round picks.
Oh!
That's it. I'm calling security. Are they as good as Josh McDaniels' job security? Why isn't this phone working? Must rely on your defense. A lot of bad calls. Fine. What are your credentials? None. What? Why would I hire you? Because Jeff Saturday beat you with the same amount of experience? Leave your resume with the receptionist at the front desk.
Best meme ever.
Well, then,
Best meme ever.
I think that
And and Aaron has sent me a bunch of memes. Oh my god.
I think this is how the Raiders hire people. Tyler?
No words, no comment.
I mean, it was funny.
It was.
Now, Tyler, I have something you're really going to love.
I'm sure.
Dude, that was as strong as Josh McDaniel's job security. When I first watched it, I laughed so hard. I literally. All right. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see. All right. So we got one more. This one's going to be even funnier. This is the Washington Commanders. Oscar sent me this one. I thought it was even funnier. This is what it's like to work for the Washington Commanders. So for anybody that would like the job with the Commanders, there are some things that you need to look out for. And these are the ones. Let me get to the tab, and I will. These are the things you need to look out for, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations on being chosen as the new assistant groundskeeper for FedEx Field, home of the
He sounds so
Washington
excited.
Commanders. Thank you. I'm very excited. May I ask what happened to the previous assistant? I wouldn't. Oh. In your locker, you'll find a set of hiking boots to get from here to the parking lot, some pads in case a guardrail breaks, and of course, some goggles for when there's a water leak. Wow. Yeah, it all comes out of your paycheck. Oh, let me show you around. Watch your step. The field doesn't like legs. Is that a knife? Yeah, that's pretty common. Is that a gun? Yeah, those are about the only weapons you'll find on the field on Sunday. This has my mom's address on it. Mr. Snyder likes to leave motivational messages for his employees/colleagues, so welcome to the family. Congrats.
Tyler?
Man, it must be. They need a new stadium over there. What do they need?
They need a new everything.
They need. That was hilarious. That I think to me that was one of the funnier ones. It was even funnier. Well, gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Tyler is rushing.
Hey,
because...
Jason, I'll be right back.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Tyler.
Yes, sir.
It was a lot of fun. I will contact you about doing something one of these other Mondays. Because
All
you're
right.
free. So.
Yeah, no, good. Next time you want to start a little bit earlier, I'm always down to start earlier.
Oh yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna be awake at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, no. It's always a pleasure to be on here. Even though I'm on the short end of the stick with the way my Raiders are playing, so.
Hey, but at least I left it at the end. Well, I did it. I was gonna do it at the beginning and then leave the others at the end, but I thought, what way for you to remember this stream more than put the Raiders discussion last?
I guess so. But no, yeah, it's all. Let me know, man. I'll hop back on another Monday.
Yeah, and this was live, by the way. So, do you have social media for your fans to follow you, or you don't do that?
He's a Raiders fan. He shouldn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I got Instagram, but I don't have many followers, so I'm not tripping.
Okay. Your Raiders are.
Very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Oscar Montiel. That is Tyler Gilette, the Raiders fan. Unfortunately, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Press the post notification bell. We have more videos coming up on the Dodgers, the Cowboys, and starting on the Golden Knights. I know. We got more videos coming up like that, and look out for our post game when the Cowboys lose to the Giants on Thanksgiving. Support us on PayPal, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace. Let's go Giants.
Let's go Cowboys.